Hey everyone, Troy and Dan here again with the TD team. So what we're going to do now is teach you guys where to find money for your fix and flips, or if you need to close with your own funds on any type of wholesale deals you're working on. So the first one, very easy, most people know about it, private money. Could be anybody that you find online, or really put an ad in a newspaper, or if you just go and knock on Uncle Charlie's door asking him to buy the property and hopefully fund your whole deal.
The second way is through hard money. Hard money is probably going to be the most expensive way to borrow money, but it's also a very reliable way, and sometimes you have to. In fact, we're doing a deal right now with hard money, but what that means is that generally you're going to have to pay an upfront cost, a certain amount of points, a certain percentage of the loan you're going to have to pay up front before you even start the project, and then there's going to be an interest rate tagged onto the back. It accrues over time. It's a yearly interest rate that it kind of accrues over time. So for instance, the loan that we're buying the house for $200,000. So that means and we paid 3 points up front. So that means we actually have to bring $6,000 to the closing table to pay that 3-point upfront cost. And then there's the interest tacked onto the back of that. The points can range anywhere from 1 to 5 up front, and the interest rates can, I've seen them as high as 18%. So, obviously you don't want to go quite that high if you don't have to. Good range is probably going to be around the 13 range.
Okay, and the third one is transactional funding. This was used a lot more a few years back when everybody was doing the double closings with short sales, but since that's pretty much no longer allowed, it's illegal in a lot of states. So make sure you check with an attorney on that. But transactional funding is really just similar to hard money. If you get a property under contract, let's say it's an REO property, and you have to use your own funds to close it, what that means is you can find a transactional funder, and they'll write up the property, they'll fund it for you, and then as long as you have your end buyer lined up, maybe it's the same day, or maybe it's a week later, depending on the seasoning issues with the bank you're working with, or with whoever you're kind of doing the deal with. But transactional funding is a great way, a little bit cheaper than hard money, a great way to fund a deal without worrying about title issues or anything like that.
And then, of course, one way that we don't have written up here is you can always just fund the deal yourself. And if you have the ability to fund the deal yourself, that's great, good for you. In fact, if you have enough money to fund a deal, let us know, and we'll pay you to give us private money.
Thanks.